Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. My name is Fernando and in this video I'll be reacting to a TED Talks on how to make a business that lasts 100 years. So in this video, the speaker Martin Reeves talks about how to make a business that lasts 100 years. So this is actually really important to me because as a business major and as someone who's actually interested in business, longevity is actually really important. So before we start the video, please like and subscribe for more great content. All right, let's see what they have to say.
Imagine that you are a product designer, and you've designed a product, a new type of product, called the human immune system.
So I can already see there's already going to be an analogy, and I feel like this analogy is going to somewhat relate to business, and it's going to bring biology into it. I'm not sure, but he's starting off with biology, so that's my guess right now.
You're pitching this product to a skeptical, strictly no-nonsense manager. Let's call him Bob. I think we all know at least one Bob, right?
I like the sense of trying to relate with the audience, although it doesn't really quite work for me because I actually don't know Bob, and I don't actually think that's a common name. I think it's like maybe one on TV it's a common name, but other than that, I really don't know any Bobs.
How would that go? Bob, I've got this incredible idea for a completely new type of personal health product. It's called the human immune system. Oh, I can see from your face that you're having some problems with this. Don't worry. I know it's very complicated.
So I noticed already that he is very aware of his audience. He's looking at their facial expressions, and he's looking at how do they react towards what he's saying.
I don't want to take you through the gory details. I just want to tell you about some of the amazing features of this product. First of all, it cleverly uses redundancy by having millions of copies of each component, leukocytes, white blood cells, before they are actually needed to create a massive buffer against the unexpected. And it cleverly leverages diversity by having not just leukocytes, but B cells, T cells, natural killer cells, antibodies. The components don't really matter. The point is that together, this diversity of different approaches can cope with more or less anything that evolution has been able to throw up. And the design...
So I'm already noticing that he's actually making a list. I think he's trying to make his case here. So he's saying that the human immune system has redundancy, it has diversity, and it has modularity. I'm not sure where he's going with this, but I like the list.
Is completely modular. You have the surface barrier of the human skin, you have the very rapidly reacting innate immune system, and you have the highly targeted adaptive immune system. The point is that if one system fails, another can take over, creating a virtually foolproof system. I can see I'm losing you, Bob, but stay with me because...
So you can see again that he's very aware of his audience. As he's talking, he's realizing that he's sort of losing some of the people in the audience. And they're going to laugh because they know that's the truth.
Here is the really killer feature. The product is completely adaptive. It's able to actually develop targeted antibodies to threats that it's never even met before. It actually also does this with incredible prudence, detecting and reacting to every tiny threat.
So I actually really like the way he breaks down the human immune system, how he describes each process and each of its features that actually help us stay healthy. But when I'm bringing this up, this is actually kind of weird because I'm like looking at this video, it's talking about how to build a business that lasts 100 years. And here we are talking about the human immune system.
And furthermore, remembering every previous threat in case they are ever encountered again. What I'm pitching you today is actually not a standalone product. The product is embedded in the larger system of the human body, and it works in complete harmony with that system to create this unprecedented level of biological protection. So, Bob, just tell me honestly, what do you think of my product? And Bob may say something like, I sincerely appreciate the effort and passion that has gone into your present.
So as you can see, Bob has presented this product, and it has a lot of things going at it. It's not necessarily like a business product. It is the human immune system, so I guess it works. But if someone came to you with a product that had so many things, you'd be like, okay, what is the purpose of this product? It's just so much going on right now.
Presentation, blah, blah, blah. But honestly, it's total nonsense. You seem to be saying that the key selling points of your product are that it is inefficient and complex. Didn't they teach you 80-20? And furthermore, you're saying that this product is siloed, it overreacts, it makes things up as it goes along, and it's actually designed for somebody else's benefit. I'm sorry to break it to you, but I don't think this one is a winner.
And that's something about business, is that things like this, like in biology, where you have like a redundancy and you have like all of this sort of things, it does not work well in business. Like, you need something that's simple, is straight to the point. This sort of stuff is like not really marketable. It's not really like something that a consumer is going to want. So I get his point. And I wonder how he's going to tie this in.
If we went with Bob's philosophy, I think we'd actually end up with a more efficient immune system. And efficiency is always important in the short term. Less complex, more efficient, more bang for the buck. Who could say no to that? Unfortunately, there's one very tiny problem, and that is that the user of this product, you or I, would probably die within 1 week of the next winter when we encountered a new strain of the influenza virus.
So he's talking a lot in this analogy. He's breaking it down, and he's bringing it up as like a business concept. I'm actually going to summarize this entire video, and I'm going to explain what do I think. What do I think of this analogy that he's bringing up, and how does it tie in to what he's saying when it comes to running a business that's going to last 100 years? So I'd like to summarize the video and explain what is going on here. You can actually watch the full video. I'm going to put a link down in the description. So when Martin Rees is talking about how to build a business that lasts 100 years, he brings up this great analogy. He talks about the redundancy, the diversity, the modularity, the adaptation, the prudence, and the inventiveness of the entire human immune system. So what does he mean? So with redundancy, he means that there's actually a lot. The human immune system actually overcompensates for a lot of things. It has a lot of diversity as well. Has different cells that can adapt. It's modular, so it actually works with other systems. And it has adaptation. It can adapt to any sort of virus. It has prudence and as well as embeddedness. It's embedded in our human body, and it's thus actually really helpful for us because it works like a charm. So what is he trying to say with all of this? Basically, Martin Rees is actually trying to say that a human business needs to work in the same way that our human immune system works. It needs to have its redundancy. It needs to have more than just enough. It has to have cushion so it's safe. It has to have diversity. It needs more than just diverse people. It needs diverse thought. It has to have modularity. It has to be able to adapt as well, prudence and embeddedness. So he actually goes on. Martin Rees gives a lot of examples throughout this video. He shows visuals. He shows an important statistic that says that around 32% of businesses survive after the first 5 years. It's actually a really important thing to have a business that will last a long time. So what's important to me is looking at this and realizing how he's drawing this comparison. He's drawing a comparison with the human immune system as well as with the business. He's saying that businesses that just look for efficiency are not necessarily going to be the most successful. It actually has to be a business that looks more at a long-term goal. And for me, I 100% agree with this. In my opinion, I think a business has to look forward. It has to look at competing technologies that might take it out of business. It has to adapt. It has to take those technologies in and actually develop them. It has to do it at the risk of actually hurting itself, because with these examples, one of the greatest examples that he gives in the video is the example of Kodak and Fujifilm. Kodak was just mainly specializing in the day with film for the cameras. It got really good at it and it just focused on that. That was the most efficient business model for Kodak at the time. But then later on, technology started to improve. Smartphones started to get better and things started to not look so good for Kodak. Meanwhile, Fujifilm was doing amazing. They were able to diversify. They were able to adapt to the different technology changes. They were able to put in time and effort into the health sector and make technologies that were actually vital. So Fujifilm actually survived, even though Kodak actually filed for bankruptcy in around 2008. So that is actually a really important analogy. I 100% agree with it. And I really like what Martin Reeves has to say in this video. I think you should go check it out, take a look at it. That was my reaction to like the first part of the video. I want you guys to actually watch it and I want to know what is your reaction. Please comment down below. What do you think about this video? What do you have to say about a business that will last 100 years? And just like and subscribe. All right, peace out.